Concerned about the future of our planet? Many people I talk to are very concerned about what's happening around the world, but really don't know what to do about it. With population increasing exponentially, problems of climate disruptions and climate change, destruction of our natural environment, energy prices going up and the future of oil being uncertain. Then there's pandemics, the issues of global health, and the real chance that we might have global conflict over the diminishing resources we have on the planet. And it's not only the individual issues, but they're all converging at the same time to put us in a real predicament on this planet. We are in fact in a situation where the world as we know it could start unraveling very, very quickly if we don't do something about it. How well is our planet being managed at the moment? Most people would agree we can manage it a lot better. That's what motivated me to write A Plan for the Planet. To actually put an approach and a framework together that meant we could actually start to tackle these issues in a coordinated and effective way. We're faced with two options. The first option is that we continue to argue and fight over our limited resources and end up basically arguing and destroying ourselves. But the second option is actually probably what we'd all much prefer. It's actually doing something about it. But the problem is we've been so concerned about the issues that we haven't really looked beyond that about what we need to do to fix them. We have in a piecemeal way, but as you can see, the issues all interact. If we don't have a globally coordinated approach, then fixing one problem actually makes another problem worse. It's like any journey. First you've got to understand where you are at the moment, and as you can see, with all of these issues interacting, it really is the perfect storm. That brings us to the second step, understanding where we actually want to go to. So where do we want to go on the planet? What do we want to be when we grow up on planet Earth? And I think we'd all agree, what we want is a sustainable planet. A planet we can be proud to hand to our kids, not a bankrupt planet, stripped of all its resources. Can we define what that actually looks like? Fortunately, there's a lot of great work that's been done on this. It's all written up in the Earth Charter. And in Plan for the Planet, we've been able to take that and turn it into a global vision for planet Earth. And frankly, everybody I've shown that to agrees with it. So we can understand where we are now, and we can actually understand where we want to get to. But the trick is understanding the roadmap to actually get there. But we could never achieve that sustainable world. I often hear people say, we don't have the capabilities to turn around the situation we're in. That's pretty much what they said about Apple 15 years ago. A company pretty close to bankruptcy, not sure really what direction to go in, arguing amongst themselves about what was more important. 15 years later, they're the most successful company probably on the planet. So are there any lessons that we can learn from what happened at Apple? And can we apply those to the planet and turning things around here? The great news is we can. The management principles that turned around a company like Apple are available to us now. And that's what Plan for the Planet is based on. Very simply, setting a vision, identifying the key areas to focus on, then setting up strategies and actions that everybody can get involved in. Community, business and government, and actually putting in practice. Now that sounds like a much better way to manage the planet than what we're actually doing at the moment. And that's what Plan for the Planet actually outlines and advocates. Well, I can already hear you saying, but we could never get everybody to work together behind a plan to rebuild our planet into a sustainable world. Well, here's another bit of good news. We already have. Following the Second World War, we put a plan together, the Marshall Plan, and we all work together to actually build the world that we're all enjoying now. So we can do it. We can understand the issues that we're facing at the moment. We can understand where we want to go to, a sustainable world. We can, in fact, we already have a plan on how to get there, and we can work together to make that a reality. So what can you do about it right now? Well, that's perhaps the simplest and easiest part of the answer. Spread the word. Because if we all understand that we're not facing a set of insurmountable challenges on the planet, but we're actually facing an opportunity to build a sustainable world, because in this information age, we can change the culture. In fact, we can change the world. So Plan for the Planet is really a summary of where we are now, where we need to be going to, and the roadmap to actually get there. I encourage you to read it, to pass it on to your friends, to critique it, but most of all, to start doing something. So why is that important? because we only get to play this game once. We only have one planet.